What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. I wanted to do a little testing and playing around today, so I'm here on floor 213 in Onslaught in the Dragonfall sewers. I wanted to start playing around with some self-proccing electrocute defenses. Today I'm going to try out the bees. I've got this particular relic that I kind of threw together for testing on various different defenses to see where it works the best. Storm Servo, defense rate, and anti-melee. And then using double stack and destruction and using Water Elemental. Water Elemental, of course, is one of those Chaos 8 shards. It gives the effective tower a 25% chance on hit to drench enemies for 3 seconds. This is going to self-create that electrocute combo, and bees are the first victims to try it out. Now, this is definitely a very situational defense. I don't think it would work in super high Onslaught floors. Actually, I'm confident that it wouldn't. And it's more along the lines of like a filler defense that you can get away with using on certain lanes, but is certainly not always going to be the best in slot for you to use. Now, we do have some hex throwers here, right? Yeah, we do. So let's go ahead and get a reflect beam up right here, protecting that objective. And then let's see, I can put bees all up in here. I'm actually tempted to go something like this. There's 5 bees, and then we can buff it all with a destructive pylon. Maybe, if I can find my monk. There we go. Get a destructive pylon in the middle. Now, the problem I'm facing here is we've got those cyborgs. I've got no tenacity to help me out here. There is 12 cyborgs. So let's go ahead and take it one step further, and let's get a tenacity reflect beam in front of those bees. Now, that is a crap ton of DU right there on that lane, and that's going to leave me a little shy on these other lanes. However, over here, looks like we got Spellbreaker. So with Spellbreaker, we're going to want to get some physical damage down. Now, bees by default are physical damage. However, the second you put that Storm Servo on them, they become magic damage. So you're going to want to be careful about that. And let's see. Let's throw... we want to throw one in the back. Yeah, let's throw one right there as well. Only 15 mobs, so not a ton of mobs coming there. I'm hoping those ballistas are able to get the job done. And then over here we've got Longshot, which of course is not going to help the bee's case out a ton. However, I can build back over here. So if I like put the tree, say right there, are enemies going to be able to throw at that tree? I'm wondering. We're going to have to try this out and see. If I put the tree right there, and then go with, say, let's put a Boostar in the mix as well. And then we'll get our bees down. Let's put 5 of them right there. That leaves me 250 DU, which is pretty dang generous for only one more lane left. I'll tell you what, let's get these boosted as well with a destructive pylon. And we're going to have to check to see if that ballista is going to get the buff. I think it will. But let's see here. We see the little purple glow, then we know it's getting it. It doesn't appear that it's getting it. Nope, it is certainly not. So let's go ahead and move this down so that we do get the buff somewhere. I'll just put it right next to this one. That's certainly gonna be in range to get it. And then that leaves us one lane left, and we've already got a tree down here. Here we got mob gallery lanes with proximity. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and throw... let's throw a Boostar right there. Let's get as many bees as we can thrown right here. See, that leaves me 60. And then you know what? Let's boost all of this stuff with destructive pylon as well. In theory, this is going to work wonders. In reality, it just may not. We'll have to see here. And then that leaves me 20 DU. What can I do with 20 DU, or what have I not boosted? Over here, we've got the tree going. So, you know, Power Pylon is not quite as good as Destructive Pylon. However, it is already boosted, so I'm just going to leave that alone. 20 DU. Why don't we go... So, mixed emotions. Why don't we go with just a lightning strike up top to help assist with the flyers just a little bit. And then let's see how this does. Now, I'm not going to contribute a whole lot here in Wave 1, as I do just want to see how the build holds up, as it's got the potential to be pretty sketchy. Let's see how it works. Now, bees are great, bees are strong, bees are powerful. One of the big problems with bees is their AI is just a little bit derpy. We see that Electrocute is going off very, very nicely there. It's shocking them. Now, it's not 100%. Mobs are making it through, there's no doubt. It's not getting those flyers very good. It looks like we got one straggler that leaked through there. I think this wave, maybe after a few upgrades, this lane will hold up a little bit better. See how we're actually getting pushed here too. I think what's happening here is a lot of the bees are getting distracted up into that top lane, and that could be potentially causing the problem here. How are we doing? Looks like we may end up surviving. Definitely gonna have to contribute a little here though. This lane is just, it appears like it's just not enough. It's not like blanket coverage that you would get with, say, like a weapon manufacturer. A weapon manufacturer obviously would do just a fantastic job here. Alright, well, we survived the wave, but boy, that was not at all pretty. So it looks like these two lanes are my weak areas, so I'm going to put all of my juice into those two lanes, and I actually have 945 to spend, so a decent amount to spend as well. Let's see. Let's get upgrades on all of this stuff. Looking good there. And then we actually have plenty left. Can I salvage this? Oh, it's all over. There is no salvaging that. Let's just take a swim. You know, it's got to happen at least once, right? Alright, let's see. Let's hit these ballistas up just a touch. And then this lane seemed to do pretty good. The tree didn't take any damage. So, that's actually nice. We had enough mana to upgrade pretty much everything on the map, which is kind of nice. So, let's see how this wave holds out. I do have 50 more. I'll drop it onto that lightning strike. Let's see how wave 2 goes. Definitely, it's not foolproof by any means. And it's actually debatable whether or not it's worth giving up that shard slot. Although it is crowd control, you could provide crowd control from another source and then go with more power on your bees. It's not terrible. It seems like this bottom lane is definitely getting distracted a little bit more. The bees are getting distracted up top there, and then that, of course, is causing the problems. Oh, come on, Tuskar, you need to go. Alright, there we go. Tuskar down. Yeah, this is certainly not pretty at all. Happened to contribute a little bit more than I would normally. Ooh, and Ballistas got wrecked. Let's see what's up here. I think I might have to switch over to another hero for these flyers. Yeah, that only makes sense. Let's burn them out here real quick. Alright, the flyers are down. Now that was not even remotely pretty there. So let's get our ballistas back and get them buffed back up. Got a nice bit of mana to spend, so let's just go ahead and jack these things up. See, there's 2, and then let's actually get 3 over here so that it's hitting them a little bit sooner. And then plenty of mana left, so let's jack these things up and hope they hold a little bit better this time. Only 23 mobs. I was kind of surprised that those got overwhelmed like that. And then it comes back down to this lane. This lane, I'm thinking, needs the rest of this mana. So let's just hit a couple of upgrades there. And then let's see how we do here. The electrocute is so hit and miss with the bees. I mean, it's a 25% chance to hit. And bees do attack relatively quickly. However, of course, it's single target, so they're only hitting. There's 3 bees. Looks like we're doing good, a little better there on this ballista lane. How are we holding up here? We got a hex thrower made to jump. Looks like it got wrecked right at the end. It's definitely all about this bottom lane, and 100% these bees are getting distracted and going up to the top lane. And then the bottom lane is not getting enough damage on it. Let's go ahead and shroom them up a little. Oh boy, they're wrecking that assassin right off of me, no problem. Oof. Man, mobs are just getting so close here. Plaguing Hawk. See you, Mr. Hawk. Yeah, see, when there's nothing coming out up top, this lane does fine. But that top entrance is much closer to these bees than that entrance is, so the bees are getting distracted, without a doubt, and going up to the top lane. Let's keep hitting them up with some upgrades, though, and see if we can't power through it here. What do we have for boss this time? We got a Skelly right up here. Let's go ahead and hit these bees up as well. Figure if these bees are doing their job a little more effectively, then those other bees shouldn't have as much of a problem. Let's go ahead and let it fly here. Oops. Give me some little corrupty juice here. That should be good. And get that extra bee out of there. Yeah, you can see all the bees just swarming up here. The electrocute's working, but I really feel like this exact relic on, say, a weapon manufacturer without having shocking revelations and using water elemental might be a little bit better. In fact, I'm gonna have to try that out and see. I'll try that one out next. These flyers too. Let's check out Slakellion's getting shoot up before he's even out of the entrance. He's got 380 million health, so it's not like he's a chump. Let's help out on this lane a little bit, and then we'll go get on that siege roller. The siege roller has a long way to travel, so I'm not sweating it too terribly bad, as it does have just such a large travel time. And it hasn't made it very far because the bees are keeping it in place. And I'm out of stars. Look at that. I get over here, I pop my Drago, and I run out of stars. There we go. Piece of cake. Alright, now over to wave 5. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I pictured this going a lot smoother. So, I'm not certain if this is a build that anyone is really going to want to pursue other than just for novelty. Now, I do think that that relic will work on other defenses, and I'm going to test out lots and lots of different defenses to try it out. But this has been a little rougher than I pictured it, no doubt about that. Alright, we got 171 left. Let's just pop it into that B right there and go. Now we got Slakelion here again. I'm going to hit him with Drago right out of the gates. And that should help him burn out really quick. There we go. And then we've got Tuskars coming. Or, pardon me. Warboars coming. Baby Tuskars. Got some Javelin throwers in the mix. Now these guys are getting handled. The Electrocute is not proccing a ton. Man, and the mobs are pushing really, really far right here. I mean, they're getting killed before they hit the sub-objective. But boy, they are going a long way out. No doubt there. There's a few Electrocutes going off, but this is certainly not going to be... You know, I'm going to go ahead and call this one now before this map is over. This is not a best use type setup right here for sure. Cannon Ogre finally got wrecked. He went way down there. Actually, I think he may have wrecked himself. We can get this assassin off. Very nice. And then one more push coming from this lane. And there we go. So there is a look at self-electrocuting or self-shocking bees. Floor 213, certainly not a pretty build. No doubt about that. It didn't go as smooth as I thought it was going to go. I thought it was going to be a little bit better, to be honest. But seems like the Electrocutes were just not popping off frequently enough. Remember that the first bee had to hit and drench, and it had to have the Electrocute actually proc, or pardon me, the drench actually proc. And then on the second hit with the storm damage, it would then drench the enemy. So, you know, I don't think this is the best use for the defense. However, well worth a shot for sure. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to click that like button and please subscribe. And I will be back soon with more Dungeon Defenders 2. Thanks again. I will see you next time. Take it easy.